It is known that many Western figures at the time also opposed the policy of appeasement. For example, the British Conservative First Lord of the Admiralty, Lord Cooper, or Winston Churchill, who said of the Munich Agreement, "My country had a choice between compromise and war. It chose compromise and got war."
However, at the time of the Munich crisis, the British Prime Minister was Neville Chamberlain, who was the main protagonist of the agreement with Germany. In France, which was bound to Czechoslovakia by a clear alliance treaty, the will to help was even less.
Who else could have helped us? The Soviet Union? Well, I would have liked that. But on the one hand, it was not prepared. And if it had been prepared, it would certainly have helped us in such a way that we would have been even worse off than if the war had never happened. Among the German general staff, there were fears of a possible premature outbreak of war, and some of the generals considered the escalation of the Czechoslovak question so risky that they even considered carrying out a putsch and overthrowing Hitler.
Not because they didn't want to fight against us, but they did not feel sufficiently prepared. Every officer knows that if an attack is to be carried out, the attacker should have 2 to 3 times more combatants than the defender. The German army did not have such an advantage before the Munich Agreement. The generals expressed their concerns in a memorandum they presented to Hitler. This was the reason why Hitler, despite all the loud threats of war, actually tried to use targeted steps to induce Chamberlain and France to an agreement. However, the Czechoslovak representatives did not have information about the opposition within the German army command. Under pressure from the Allies, they therefore decided to accept the dictate. But did they have the authority to take such a step?